Welcome back. You're watching ED Inside. Okay, so Indian biopharma companies may not have delivered on the tall promises they made years ago. But that does not take away from the fact that this is an important sector and one that must not be written off in a hurry. Lakshmi Subramanian tells you why.
Small molecules or chemistry-based drugs are turning out to be a bitter pill for big pharma across the world. Sure, they bring in the big bucks and are easy to manufacture, but the minute they are off patent, cheaper generics swallow the market. Over the next 3 years, $70 billion worth of small molecules are going off patent, and Big Pharma is doing all it can to stem the potential slide. It's looking to reinvent itself through the biopharma market.
This is an area which would need, which probably cannot become, proliferated by everyone, because the reasons are very simple. One, high investment. Two, long waiting period because of the clinical development of products. Three, complex technology. I think right from the selection of host system to cloning, to expression, to recovery, to purification. It's a very, very complex area and ever evolving.
According to a report by farmtech.com, small molecules, which account for nearly 80% of turnover, will decline by $25.6 billion between 2008 and 2014. But then biologics will account for 21.8% of sales, up from 6.7% from 2008.
It is estimated that by the year 2015, the world's biotech market is likely to be in the region of between $90 billion to $125 billion a year.
Within biologics, MABs or monoclonal antibodies, which are clones of a unique parent cell, will drive growth at a CAGR of 9.5% and grow by $22.1 billion, followed by therapeutic proteins, which will see a rise in sales of $9.2 billion.
If you look at what the various market dynamics that's happening across, there is bound to be, and there is, which is happening now, a shift from conventional drugs happening towards in favor of biopharmaceuticals, which is helping this particular industry. If you also look at post-TRIPS and the post-2005, whereby the TRIPS actually got extended towards product patenting also, we could see that there is a change in the pharmaceutical mindset also.
India can't stay immune to this changing pattern.
More short-term opportunity for India in the biologic space is clearly around what are called biosimilars, which are the generic versions of biologic therapeutics, and that game is just starting to play out. I think again, there are quite a few companies now who are in this space and putting products out.
There are more and more therapeutic products from the biotechnology area which are coming into the market. More and more products are getting approval. The more companies which are now looking at the biosimilar markets in the West, and therefore salience of vaccines will reduce in the coming years. Also diagnostics has a very small share in the total industry. Even that is bound to grow as more and more products are developed, and there is better access to diagnostic methods.
India has several advantages as far as biopharma is concerned, like biodiversity, traditional domain knowledge, and most importantly, lower costs.
In the value chain of drug discovery to drug development, if from point A to point E, the cost is $100 in US. In India, if you can do it for $50, one way of looking at it is we went to India and saved $50. But going from point A to E, 9 out of 10 molecules just don't make it, and it takes about 4 years to reach from point A to point E. So after 4th year, when your molecule fails, is the 4 year of opportunities that has gone down the drain. And that's where that $50 saving comes in the picture. And instead of taking one molecule, you can take two. and essentially double your probability of success. So doubling your probability of success is far more valuable than saving that $50. Okay, and that's the key value proposition that India offers.
I think it is the lower cost of infrastructure, cost of development and manufacture which is driving the growth of the business, and this is being helped by the increase in our skill sets, and overall these two combine to make the Indian biopharmaceutical industry very competitive in the global markets today.
And so what you could have is global players coming and setting up shop in India.
2015, I think what's going to happen in India is the arrival of the big multinationals who will build their own labs here. So there will be a thriving, because of their inputs and fundings into the country and building of their own research laboratories, and there will be a lot of students getting employment, and of course the training industry will have to support that. The Indian per se biotech will move from being generic players into innovation, but therefore many of them will sell out. There'll be a lot of buyouts of the Indian pharma and Indian biotech in the coming years, and many new enterprises will come up from the grounds up, which today DBT and DSIR and other CSIR are funding.
It's absolutely clear that this industry will grow. It will grow not only globally as an export opportunity for India, but it will also grow with the Indian market itself. So you will see, number one is you will see this particular segment growing faster than the other segments. You will find Indian, and as a result, you will, Indian companies will invest a lot more to be able to grow in that. I think the second part is, it's quite clear over the next 5 years there will be some resolution in the regulated market story around how this is going to play out. And whether Indian companies get into it whole hog in terms of having their own molecule in the market, or marketing their own molecule, or actually doing it through partnerships, our guess is more through partnerships.
That seems to be just what the doctor ordered for the industry, considering that it is struggling with funds for R&D and has little or no capacity to manufacture and market biopharma. Even so, Indian companies are doing all they can to have their own original molecules. The likes of Biocon, Bharat Biotech, Actis Biologics and Reliance Life Sciences are set to be working on new molecules that could catapult the Indian biologics sector pretty much in the same manner that India became the world's vaccine hub.
Well, that's all in this edition of ET Insight. We'll be back next week, but until then, don't forget to write in with your feedback and suggestions. Thanks so much for watching.